Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name's Chris and today we're going to be talking about, Bitcoin and whether it can follow gold's 1970s parabolic rally. So, a really interesting take on Bitcoin and the metal market. And you know that I like to also dabble in a bit of metal investing myself. Also, so if you like everything to do with crypto, the news, the technical analysis that we cover here, or you're interested in finding hidden gems super early so you can go do your research, make a ton of cash, then don't forget to mash up the like button, subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications so you never miss a thing. Right, let's get down to the desktop. So this is the article that I'm referring to, really interesting one here. So could Bitcoin follow gold's 1970s parabolic rally? So global macro director at financial giant Fidelity says Bitcoin could be following gold's coming of age footsteps during the 1970s. Now, everybody knows that people are referring to Bitcoin as a store of value, very much like gold. So I think, there's definitely similarities between the two. And I think there's some substance to this. So let's get into the article in a bit more detail. So Timur tells his 61 or almost 61,500 Twitter followers that Bitcoin is an aspiring asset class full of potential, much like gold was 50 years ago. He explains during the 70s, the yellow metal went through a turbulent phase, and yeah, it did. Even though it was a known commodity, gold was extremely volatile on its way to 20x returns and suffered large downtrends, quite regularly. Looking at Bitcoin, he says the leading cryptocurrency has more upside than gold had back in the 1970s due to Bitcoin's provable scarcity and network effects. However, the Fidelity global macro strategist highlights that Bitcoin's upside potential comes with large downtrends or drawdowns. As he's put it here. So you got the copy of the tweet, and I think there's elements of truth to this. We expect there to be volatility in the market. I think that's a given. It is really interesting to have this comparison though, in my opinion. Timur traced Bitcoin's price action over the last 2 years and compares it to gold's rising in value 5 decades ago. So, nice illustration here. Below, I show Bitcoin since its 2019 low against gold during the 70s. Price analogs are highly subjective, so you got to be very clear on that. Gold's price discovery was highly volatile, much like Bitcoin today. By this measure, Bitcoin's current 50% drawdown could be seen as a bump in the road, and that is an interesting illustration there. Bitcoin versus gold 1970s, and they're very similar, right? And I am interested to see what else is covered in here. And don't forget to let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are around Bitcoin versus gold and 1970s. Do you think that it's mimicking this parabolic run that gold did over some length of time? And it's going to be interesting to read some of your views and opinions on this. So let's scroll down a little bit. The Fidelity executive also unveils his BTC supply and demand models, which he says suggest that the current Bitcoin boom cycle has more gas left in the tank. And this is something that Nick and myself have been talking about an awful lot on the channel, right? So you might be watching several YouTubers or analysts, whatever they want to be called, and a lot of these individuals have changed their mindsets. They've changed how they've been talking about the market. They've gone from bull market to bear market, and that's that. It's done. Now, Nick and myself have been very consistent throughout this run. We've always articulated to our audience that this is a bump in the road. It is I guess a bearish movement within a bullish cycle. And I think, it's really important to just flag that. And I completely agree with what's being said here. So at the risk of cherry picking, the timing of the above chart fits with my supply/demand models below. Both charts suggest that Bitcoin is not done with its current bullish phase, and this is what Nick and myself have been talking about, right? And again, it's another illustration here that sort of covers it off quite nicely. Now I think this is it from the article, but it is a very, very good talking point in my opinion when it comes to Bitcoin and the metal market. And for me, you can manipulate data to have it look however you want it to look within reason, right? So you have got to kind of take a lot of this stuff with a pinch of salt. However, these are very similar use cases, Bitcoin and gold. And I think for me, the hitting the nail on the head is when we talk about the fact that how I guess scarce is gold actually, and there is always that question mark. You could always stumble across some more gold somewhere on the planet, or going into space, which I think some people have been talking about. Maybe seems a little bit far-fetched, but it's something to consider, right? That there could be an increase in supply of gold overnight, and there are other questions around: is the supply just being manipulated and it's being held back to keep the price where it is, for example? Now, when it comes to Bitcoin, we know how much the maximum supply will be. There will never be any more. In fact, there's going to actually be far less, because how many people have sadly passed away with their keys to their crypto that haven't shared the information, haven't given the details to any family members. How many people have lost their Bitcoin? I mean, it's going to be much lower than the 21 million that is the maximum supply, right? So it's scarcer than what people probably think currently. So yeah, I expect Bitcoin to do remarkably well, and this is one of the reasons that I am dollar cost averaging a better position into Bitcoin. Now, Nick and myself have always been really clear: we're here to build generational level wealth, right? And it's fantastic to hear the comments, the messages around how well people have done over the last sort of 12 months that we've kind of been on YouTube, right? It's just under 12 months, but under 12 months, it's fantastic, right? And we've always been clear on the fact that Bitcoin probably isn't the project to get into in order to build generational level wealth. You've got to look at projects that are actually priced undervalued position, like massively undervalued, where the upside is huge, right? In order to make the percentage gains, in order to then, I guess, class yourself as a level of wealth, right? In order to push some of that capital into something like Bitcoin, right? And this is what we're doing, right? So we've talked about projects like VeChain and the thousands of percent gains that we've seen with that. Harmony One, Anchor would be another. The list goes on. 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘, 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘, Cardano. Now, we're not just talking about it to boast. We're just saying, like, look, would you have made those same gains had you invested in Bitcoin? The answer is no, you definitely wouldn't have. And if you're interested in other projects, other projects that we're talking about at the moment are like MTV, so multi-vac, super cheap at the moment. Obviously, we've seen quite a rise in value, and we expect that to continue. You've got Singularity DAO. I mean, a fantastic project. I think today it's up like 25-26%. Remarkable stuff, right? The list goes on. you know, DSLA, Silo. There's so many fantastic projects, World Mobile. You know, I could talk and talk and talk when it comes to investing in some of these wonderful projects. Now, you know, for me, you know, these are projects that, you know, for long term and for medium and short term, right? So you've got to set out your goals, your aspirations, your plan. And if you know you're interested in getting an idea of what Nick's thoughts and my thoughts are on exit strategies within the crypto space, we have done some exit strategies at project level as member videos. So do head on over to the YouTube channel page, select join, become a member, and then you'll have access to all those member videos. And really excited that we're going to be doing some coursework on the website, and we're going to try to give as many courses away to people as you know, free, which is going to be remarkable, and you know, it's going to support people new in the space. So if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to mash up that like button. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. It's free, it doesn't cost anything. Tap the bell, select all notifications. If you leave it on personal, you won't receive all the videos. You'll receive selective videos that YouTube thinks you would be interested in watching. Now, the downside with that is the fact that you might miss one of the hidden gem videos, you know, when we do it. And we do some of these videos super early. You won't hear other YouTubers, you know, with 50, 60, 70,000, 100,000, 1 million viewers talking about some of these projects. So, you know, it's a fantastic opportunity to get into some of these projects super early and at least find out that they even exist, right? And go do your research. And with that said, it's really important that you do your research. I know I keep banging the drum for it, but there are many people in this sort of influencer space that are paid to basically shill projects that are going to lose all of your money, right? Now, with that said, whenever we do a promotion, you will see the promotion tab come up on the screen, right? So we're always honest and transparent. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Right. I hope this video was interesting, informative. Do leave a comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are when you compare Bitcoin to the metal market or gold, for example. Really interested to read through some of your comments. Thanks for taking the time to watch the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.